What if I told you that not all DC animated heroes are created equal? That some of your childhood favorites barely qualify as characters, while others redefined what animated heroes could be? I'm not ranking them by power level. I'm not ranking them by popularity. I'm ranking them by depth, by growth, by how much they actually matter to the story beyond punching bad guys. Today, I'm breaking down the 5 levels of DC animated heroes. From the ones who just fill screen time to the legends who made you feel something you weren't expecting from a cartoon. Some of your favorites might be lower than you think. Let's get into it. Level 1 heroes exist, and that's about it. They show up, they fight, they win. You learn nothing about them, you feel nothing for them. If they disappeared from the show entirely, you probably wouldn't notice until someone pointed it out. Think about background Justice League members who get maybe 2 lines per scene. Characters like Red Tornado or Metamorpho, in their brief appearances, they're technically heroes. They technically help save the world. But if you remove them entirely, nothing changes. No emotional weight disappears, no character arc gets interrupted, no viewer feels the loss. Level 1 heroes are defined entirely by their powers, not their personalities. This one has super strength, this one flies, this one shoots lasers. Cool, so what? What do they want? What do they fear? What keeps them up at night? What would they sacrifice everything for? Level 1 doesn't answer those questions. Level 1 doesn't even bother asking them. These characters exist to fill out roster shots in team battles. They're bodies and costumes, not people with stories. These heroes serve a purpose, filling out team rosters, showing up for big battles, proving the universe is bigger than just Batman and Superman, but they're furniture, they're set decoration, they're not characters in any meaningful sense. Here's the test: if someone asks what's their personality and your only answer is heroic or brave, that's level 1. If you can't describe them without mentioning their powers, that's level 1. If you forgot they existed until I mentioned them just now, that's level 1. Level 2 heroes have actual personalities. You can describe them beyond their powers. They're consistent, likable, and competent. But here's the thing that keeps them at level 2. They don't change. Episode 1 to series finale, they're the exact same person. Think about Hawkgirl. Before her betrayal arc, she was the team's warrior. Aggressive, direct, hits things with a mace, doesn't take nonsense from anyone. You knew exactly what you were getting every episode. Reliable, entertaining, but completely static. Early Cyborg in Teen Titans fits here too. He's the tech guy. He's strong. He has insecurities about being part machine. These traits are established early and remain mostly unchanged throughout the series. He's enjoyable to watch, but he's not evolving. The Cyborg you meet in season 1 is basically the same Cyborg you see in season 5. Level 2 heroes are the backbone of ensemble shows. They're dependable. They deliver. Kids pick them as their favorite because they're cool and consistent. You know what you're getting, and what you're getting is solid. But they're not the reason you remember the show 20 years later. When you think back on these series, level 2 heroes aren't the ones that come to mind first. They're supporting players, not lead. Picture this: level 2 heroes are comfort food, satisfying every time, familiar and reliable, but never surprising you, never challenging you, never making you feel something unexpected. There's nothing wrong with level 2. These heroes make shows fun. They provide variety and keep team dynamics interesting, but they're not the reason anyone cries at a cartoon. Level 3 is where DC animation starts flexing. These heroes change, they struggle, they become better or worse across season. You can track their evolution episode by episode, and by the end, they're genuinely different people than when they started. Beast Boy starts as pure comic relief, the jokester, the goofball, the guy who exists to lighten the mood when things get too serious. But Teen Titans slowly reveals what's underneath: abandonment issues, fear of rejection, the desperate need to make everyone laugh because he's terrified of being alone. When Tara betrays him, you see the jokes stop. You see the pain behind the performance. That's growth. That's a character being challenged and changed by their experiences. Static Shock's Virgil Hawkins belongs at level 3. He starts as a kid who thinks powers are cool. Being a superhero is fun. He's living his best life. Then the show forces him to grow up. Episodes about gang violence, racism, gun violence, and homelessness force Virgil to mature faster than he wanted. He's not the same person in season 4 that he was in season 1. The world broke his innocence and built something stronger in its place. Superboy in Young Justice begins as a rage-filled clone with identity issues. He doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know if he's a person or a weapon. Across seasons, he learns to control his anger, accept his origins, and become his own person. Not just Superman's shadow or Cadmus's property. His growth is slow, realistic, and earned through actual struggle. Level 3 heroes make you invest. You watch them struggle and you want them to succeed. When they finally overcome their flaws, it feels earned because you witnessed every step of the journey. You remember where they started, and that makes where they end up meaningful. Level 4 heroes don't just grow. They break. They get rebuilt. They carry weight that children's cartoons supposedly shouldn't explore. These are characters who make you forget you're watching a kids show. Robin in Teen Titans operates at level 4. His obsession with Slade consumes him across multiple seasons. He lies to his team. He pushes everyone away. He becomes Red X, a villain, just to get closer to his enemy. And in Haunted, he hallucinates Slade so vividly that he nearly kills himself fighting nothing. His friends watch their leader lose his mind in real time, beating himself bloody against Shadow. This isn't a hero with minor flaws learning a lesson. This is a hero being destroyed by his own psychology. Robin's obsession isn't cute or quirky, it's genuinely dangerous. It damages his relationships. It compromises his leadership. It proves that the leader of the Teen Titans is one bad day away from becoming the villain he hunted. Terry McGinnis earns level 4 through Epilogue. The revelation that his entire existence was genetically engineered, that Amanda Waller designed him to become Batman, breaks everything he believed about his own choices. Was he ever really free? Did he become Batman because he wanted to, or because his DNA demanded it? Terry's arc forces existential questions most adult shows won't touch. His identity, his agency, his entire sense of self, all of it gets called into question. Tim Drake, after Return of the Joker, is level 4, tortured by the Joker, brainwashed into betraying Batman, forced to kill his tormentor because it was the only way to escape. A child Robin who ends the movie so psychologically damaged he can never wear the mask again. Bruce doesn't let him. The trauma is too deep. That's not growth, that's destruction. Level 4 heroes make you uncomfortable. They show what heroism actually costs. They don't bounce back easily. Sometimes they don't bounce back at all. They're proof that saving the world takes something from you, something you might not get back. Level 5 is reserved for heroes who transcend their show, heroes who redefined what animated protagonists could be, heroes who are genuinely better than most live-action versions of the same characters. Batman in the DCAU, across Batman the Animated Series, Justice League, and Batman Beyond, is the definitive version of the character. Kevin Conroy's portrayal influenced every Batman that followed. This Bruce Wayne isn't just a crime fighter with cool gadgets, he's a traumatized man who sacrificed everything for a mission that can never be completed. And the shows don't flinch from showing the cost, the failed relationships, the isolation, the bitter old man alone in a mansion with only a dog for company. Zuko from Avatar earns level 5, and yes, he counts as a hero by the end. His redemption arc is considered the gold standard in all of animation, not just DC. He starts as an antagonist hunting the heroes. He becomes sympathetic. He betrays everyone at the worst possible moment, and then he earns his redemption through genuine change. Not shortcuts, not easy forgiveness, but actual work over entire seasons. The Flash in Justice League Unlimited operates at level 5 in a different way. Wally West is the heart of the team. He's the one who sits with villains and asks about their day. He's the one who keeps Superman from going too dark. When you see the Justice Lord's timeline where Flash's death turned the League into fascist dictators, you realize he was the most important hero all along. Not the strongest, not the smartest, the most human. Level 5 heroes don't just fight villains, they define their show. They become the standard against which all other versions are measured. Remove them and you don't just lose a character, you lose the reason the show matters. So those are the 5 levels of DC animated heroes. Level 1, cardboard cutouts defined only by their powers. Level 2, reliable standbys who entertain but never change. Level 3, growth arcs that make you invest in their journey. Level 4, broken heroes who show the real cost of heroism. Level 5, icons who defined their shows and influenced everything after. Most heroes stay at levels 1 and 2. That's fine for background characters, but DC animation became legendary because it consistently pushed protagonists to levels 3, 4, and 5. It treated heroes like actual people, flawed, struggling, sometimes failing, sometimes breaking. Which brings me to my final question: which DC animated hero do you think deserves level 5 that I didn't mention? Drop your answer in the comments, because here's the thing, heroes and villains are only part of the equation. In my next video, I'm breaking down the 5 levels of DC animated betrayals and ranking every time a hero turned on their team. If you want to see that video, hit subscribe, and if this made you see DC heroes differently, leave a like so I know to make more tier content like this. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one.